Hi everyone, welcome to today's class. Today we are going to see more on SQL, that is chapter 2 MySQL. So under this we are going to see the following topics, that is grouping result using group by class, and then nested groups, grouping on multiple columns, then placing conditions on groups using having class, and then non-group expressions with group by class. Okay, so these are the topics we are going to cover today. So first one, grouping result using group by class. The group by class combines all those records that have the same values, identical values in a particular field or a group of field. So here with the help of group by class we can combine the records. Okay, records means all the rows only, it is called as records. Okay, so whichever rows are having identical values under one particular field or one column or a group of columns or group of fields. Okay, so we are going to combine those records with the help of this group by class. So it is used in select statement. So DML select statement only we are going to use this group by class also and having class also, like where class we are using now, same like group by and having class are going to be used in the select statement. So with the help of group by class, what we can do is we can divide the table into groups. Okay, so we can make a new group of new table, and a new group also can be formed. Okay, we can divide the table into groups with the help of the group by class. Okay, so grouping can be done by a column name, that is already we said, based on particular field or group of fields. Okay, so grouping can be done by a column name or with aggregate functions. So with the help of aggregate functions like sum, average, min, max, count, all those functions then we have discussed in the last class. So those kind of aggregate functions we can make use in the group by class, in which case the aggregate produces the value for the each group. So if we are going to group by column name, so the values which are there in the table will get displayed. But when we are grouping with the help of aggregate functions, aggregate function normally it will give one answer. Okay, so the aggregate function, no, it will produces the value for each groups, for whichever group we are making. For that group we can get the result. Okay, so with the help of sum we can get the sum of salaries of employees whose belongs to department number, one particular department number. So like that we can make use of this aggregate functions in the grouping class, group by class. So for example, to calculate the number of employees in each job, okay, so there may be several job names will be available. So we need to calculate for individual job how many number of employees are there. So for that, what command we need to write now using select statement? We need to select the job and then count. So number of employees. So count star means all the employees related to that one particular job it is going to display. From which table? EMPL table, and we are going to group by job. So one particular job, how many number of employees, that is only the question for us. Okay, so we need to write the command like this in order to get the answer for every job, for each job how many number of employees, that result we need to get by using this command. We can get the output like that. Okay, so group by applies the aggregate functions. This is called aggregate function. Count function, no, this is aggregate function. Aggregate functions, it is going to be applied on group by using group by class independently to a series of groups that are defined by having a field value in common. So here job will have common values like clerk, analyst, and then manager, like that. Posting, no, job names, no, will be similar for some employees. Okay, so same identical values are going to be that is assigned, and it is going to be applied on by using aggregate functions. Okay, so aggregate functions will find the answer based on a common value only. Okay, so common value if it is there for under that particular field, we can get the answer by using this aggregate function. Okay, so here you can see the output. So under job field we have analyst, clerk, manager, president, and salesman. Okay, so totally only 5 job names only is there in that EMPL table. So under analyst we have count like 2, and then clerk 4. So totally if you add all these values you will get a number of records, total number of records or rows which are there in the table we will get. Okay, So next, using the same group by class with the help of aggregate functions. One more aggregate function also joined here. So in the previous example, we have used whatever field name we are mentioning in the select list, at least that name should come in the group by class. Okay, so because job is the field name which is having similar values, some rows will have the similar values. Okay, so those kind of field only we need to take for to apply in the group by class. Okay, to use in the group by class we need to choose the field which is having us identical values. Already we discussed group by will work on identical values only. Okay, see here next example, we are going to add additional aggregate function here. So we need to select department number and then count. Okay, count of every employees. So under each department how many number of employees are there, that count we need to get. And then sum of salary, that means salary for example for department number 10 we have count as 3, so that means 3 employees are there. The 3 employees salary are going to be added here with the help of this aggregate function sum. Okay, so count is one aggregate function and sum is another aggregate function. So with the help of this count and sum we are able to get the one answer. Okay, so this answer is not available in the table. Okay, so table is having the value under the department number. We have values like 10, 20 and 30, but these values are not available in the table. So already we discussed like aggregate functions will produce the result. Okay, see aggregate produces the value for each group. So for this group 10 that is department number 10 is one group, department number 20 is another group, and 30 is another groups. So for each group it is going to give a value or one answer. Okay, so count will give for department number how many employees are there under department number 10, totally 3 employees only. So under department number 20 5 employees only, and at 30 we have 6 employees, and some of these 3 employees are 8750. You can see this example totally under department number 10. See, we are going to take department number 10. So under 10 we have only 3 records. Okay, so 10 here and here and here, totally only 3 records we have here. So this 10 is having job name president, and then this 10 is having a job name manager, and this 10 is having job name clerk. So their salaries are going to be added here, 1300 and then 2450 and then 5000. So if you add up all these values we will get around 8750. So like that we can get the answer for second department number, that is 20, and for third department number 30 also we can get the result if we are applying if we are going to use this command. Okay, so as you can make out that above query is displaying the count of records and sum of salaries in each group, that is in each department number. Okay, and the groups are formed on the basis of the department number. So thus from the above output we can make out that in department number 10 we have 3 employees, that is 3 records, and total of all salaries is 8750. And then department number 20 there are 5 employees and total salary is 10,885. So like that we can go for department number 30. We can get the sum of salaries also and the count of records also, number of employees also we can count. Next is nested groups. What is meant by nested group? A group within another group only is known as nested group. Okay, so with the group by class we can create groups within another group. So with the help of which one only we can achieve this nested grouping? Group by class we can achieve this nested grouping. Under group by class we will use first we will mention first one field name, next we will mention another field name, next we will mention another field name, like that it will go on in a group by class. So like this if we are going to make use of more than one field, okay, in a group by class, that will make nested grouping. So such type of grouping is called a nested grouping. So this can be done by specifying group by expression, where the first field determines the highest group level. Okay, so for example group by department number, comma, job. Like that if we are going to make use of some fields which are having identical values, so we can make a nested grouping. So nesting of groups we can get. So first level determines the highest group level. That is first field what we are mentioning after that group by expression. That is considered as first field. That is called the highest grouping level. Then second field determines the second group level. So like that it will go on up to last field. So last field determines the lowest level of grouping. So here we can consider this table as an example. Database table EMPL. Okay, so in this table there are multiple records having the same value for the field department number. So already we discussed department number 10 we have 3 and 30 we have 20 we have around 6. Okay, and then 30 around 5 we have, I think so. So we will check. Okay, we can group the records on the basis of field department number because it is only the field which has the similar values, identical values. Okay, so for example, if you want to count the number of employees in each group, okay, we need to issue the query statement as given below. We need to count number of employees. So we are going to take the field name called EMP number. Okay, so employee number just we are taking for counting the number of employees from the employee table, and we are going to group by department number. So under department number 10 we have how many employees? 3. So 20 we have 5 and 30 we have 6. So like this the result will get produced for the one field. Okay, so only one field we have mentioned here. So count of employee number. So count of employee number means employee number is going to be counted based on which grouping? Department number wise. That is 10th department, department number 10, and how many employees are there. That employee numbers and all are going to be counted here with the help of the count. Okay. Next, but for making out the employee counts for each departments, we can modify. See, but for making out the employee counts for each department, we can modify the select list as, okay, select department number, count EMP number. So we need to count the employee counts based on the department number. So for that we are writing there. Slightly we have changed the select statement like this by including this DEPT number. So in the previous example we didn't have that department number as a first field, but here we are going to do some slight changes in the select statement. That is select DEPT number comma count of the employee number, and then from EMPL and group by department number. So now the result will be, so in the previous case we have seen the output only this field alone. Okay, so count of employee number 3, 5, 6 alone we have seen. Now one more field is added here because of this select list. Okay, select list we have added the department number as the first field. So that is also going to be displayed here. For department number 10 we have 3 and 20 we have 5 and 30 we have 6. In the previous case we didn't mention the department number. That's why it is not displayed here as the output in the output table. Next one is, we should keep in mind that while grouping we should include only those values in the select list that either have the same value for a group or contain an aggregate function or a group expression. So the values, whatever values that are going to be included in the select list is, it should have the same value for a group. Okay, so if we are going to choose one field as a grouping, one field we are choosing for grouping, so that should have either same value or it should contain an aggregate function. Okay, so like in the above query, the first expression DEPT number field has 1, that is same value for a group, and the other expression contains a group function. So like this we can mention in a select statement. So that means one should be like a similar value field we have chosen, and another for grouping we have chosen the aggregate functions. So like that we can either take this or both also we can take in a select statement for a group by class. Okay, next, MySQL as such would not create any error even if we include a non-group expression in the select list. That means what? So department number and job and all will have the similar values for the field. Okay, so that for those two fields, department number and job, we have at least some values are similar, but some field will not make a grouping. So that field is only known as non-group field. We cannot make any grouping, because if you have around 15 records or 20 records in a table, every record for that field, every row no will have a different value only, unique value only. So that kind of fields only here it is called as non-group field. Example, if you consider in the previous table, no, that is employee table, we have employee number as one field, okay, and then we can take this MGR, okay, MGR, and then salary also we can take, okay. So these three fields no will have different values only in every place, okay. Every row we have different values only. We won't get similar values, only in few places we will get similar values, but if you take this employee number, surely we will get different values only for each row. So these kind of field only is known as non-grouping field. So when we are using this group by class no for a non-grouping field, it won't generate any kind of error. That is only here they are going to discuss here. That is, MySQL as such would not create any error even if we include a non-group expression in the select list. That is, after select statement we will mention some of the field names. In that field name, even if we are including non-grouping field also, that has different values in the rows belonging to that group. In this case, what it will do means it will return the value from the first record of the group for that non-group field. For example, we are going to issue the following command like select department number, count of employee number, and MGR. So department number on field will be displayed in the output, and then count of employee number. This already we know. We are going to group by department number. Now newly one field we are going to display here like MGR. So here MGR field, what it will take for department number 10, and count will be 3. Under department number 10 we have already seen the count is 3. 20 count is 5, and 30 count is 6. So like that we have already seen. So what value is going to be assigned for this MGR? Okay, let me see in the output part. Okay, see here the table is employee table. This one is employee table. In this table, 10th department number is starting here, and next value for 10 is starting here, and next record is started displayed at the last. Okay, so totally 3 records only is there for department number 10. So in this department number 10, first department number 10 is appearing here. So for this manager, that is MGR field, no, MGR field is having value null. Second DEPT number 10 is having 8839. Third DEPT 10 is having 8882. Okay, actually we have mentioned in the select statement like DEPT number, count of employee number, MGR. So here which value will be assigned for this MGR means first record of the group. Okay, so in this department number 10th group, the value from the first record. So which is the value for the first record in the department number 10? So this is the value for MGR. So what is the value? Null is the value for the first record, and second record is holding the value 8839, and third record for 10 no is for the group 10 no, department number basis only we have grouped. So for that the value is 8882. So which what will be the answer when it is going to be displayed as the output when we are using this select statement like this? Okay, so MGR value will be null only. Likewise for department number 20, the value will be 8902 because this is the top value, and then that is the first record. And then 30th for department number 30, we have the first record as this only. So MGR value will be automatically assigned as 8698. Even if you have many values for 30, okay, first record value only will be taken for non-group field. So here which is non-group field? MGR. Okay, so this will be the answer. Okay, so the first record of group with department number 10 has value null in MGR. Same like already we have seen for 20 8902, for 30 we have the value 8698. So only those values are going to be displayed. That is first record of group with department number is going to be displayed. Value of first record only going to be displayed. So to create a group within a group, that is a nested group, we need to specify multiple fields in the group by expression. So till now we have seen how we can display the values in the select list grouping field, how we can use, the non-grouping field, how we can make use. That all we have discussed. Now we are going to see, to create a group within a group, that is nested group, we need to specify that multiple fields in the group by expression. See here, 2 fields are displayed here under group 5. group by class. So previous example we have seen, up to this example we have seen only one field is mentioned under group by, but in a select statement only we have seen many field like grouping field and non-grouping field like this. Okay, so now we are going to see how we can make a nested grouping. So that is, in a group by class only we need to mention the two or more fields. If you want to make a nested grouping in a group by class only, we need to mention two or more similar values related fields we need to take and we need to display here. Okay, so to group the records job wise within the department wise, job wise and within the department wise, we need to issue the query statement like this. So department number, job, and then count of employee number, this like the output field should be displayed. And how we are going to group these answers based on department number and then job field. Okay, see, the answer is department number. Under department number we have three different values. Under job we have three job names are mentioned here, and count is 111. So totally 3 records only. So totally 3 came for 10 department number. Then likewise 20. Analyst 2, clerk 2, and then manager 1. So number of employees under each job, no. So like this it is displayed. So same way 30 also 114. Under salesman we have 4 employees for department number 30. So like that the result will get produced for the nested grouping. Okay, so first department wise, number wise, and then job wise, and then we need to display the count aggregate function expression, aggregate expression we have used here. Next, having class. It places the conditions on groups in contrast to where class that places conditions on individual rows. So where class already we have discussed in the first chapter. So what is the use of where class means? It is working on individual rows only. Okay, individual row wise values are going to be checked. But here the condition is going to be applied. Okay, that condition is going to be applied on group. So department number 10 means in that group the value condition what we have mentioned is going to be applied. So next one is next difference between this where condition and having classes. It cannot include aggregate functions. Where class, no, we will not use this sum, average, min, max, count functions and all. But here in having conditions we can make use of this aggregate functions also. Okay. Next one, to calculate the average gross and total gross for employees, gross salary of employees belonging to grade E4, we are going to use the command with the help of this having class. Okay, see, select average of gross, sum of gross we need to calculate from employee table, and we need to group by grade. So compulsory we should mention this group by and also having. Okay, so group by grade, and grading should be what? E4. So only the grading should be grade whose employees grade and all E4, no, that person's that employees average gross and sum of gross only will be displayed as the answer. Okay, so this condition would be applicable on this group only, not on individual rows. So display the jobs where the number of employees is less than 3. So count less than 3 we have mentioned in the having class. So having class will have individual expressions, no, like this also we can assign the value for a having class, and we can use the aggregate functions also in the having class. Okay, so count star, that means all the count, no, number of count for a job it should be less than 3. Okay, so whose job count under is coming under less than 3, that number of employees, no, less than 3 when it is coming, for those the answers alone is going to be displayed here in the output. So analyst only 2 members are there, president only 1. So remaining if you take it is crossing more than 3. So equal to 3 and more than 3 will be ignored here in this condition. Okay, so having class condition. Next is the having class can contain either a simple boolean expression. See, like this simple boolean expression it may have, or it may have like this also, the aggregate functions also we can use. Okay, so we can include more than one condition in a having class by using logical operators. We are going to see examples for this. So and operator, in between operator. So all those operators going to be used when we want to include more than one condition. See here only one condition is used here. If you want to include another condition, and operator or operator we can make use in the having class. Okay, select department number, average of commission, and then average of salary we want to display from employee table, group by department number only, and then having average of commission, no, should be greater than 750, and average of salary it should be greater than 2000. Like that we can give the condition with the help of the logical operator and. Okay, more than one condition. See, this is one condition and another one is another condition. Also we can use aggregate function in the having class even if it is not in the select list. Okay, see this aggregate function, it is not there in the select list. In the previous case, average of commission and average of salary was there in the select list, but here it is not, count is not mentioned in the select list. That like also we can include in the having class even if the aggregate function is not available in the select list. Okay, we can make use of that aggregate function in the having class. Okay, next is we can also include in operators and between operators in the having class. So we will see example for this. So select department number, job, average of salary from employee, group by department number and job, having job in. Okay, so the job, no, it should be clerk or salesman. Like that we can give the condition with the help of this in. And then with the help of between, no, so first aggregate function between 1000, 3000 and 7000. So that is sum of salary, it should be between 3000 and 7000. So like that any sum of salaries are there, no, that department numbers and then job name and then sum of salary is going to be displayed. Okay, so we are going to group by department number wise and job wise. So like we have seen on example department number wise and job wise, no, nested grouping. In that nested grouping we are going to display sum of salary, and the salary should be what, between 3000 and 7000. So like that we can give the condition with the help of this between and in. Okay, in operator. Next one, non-group expression we can make use in the group by class. Even if we are including non-group expressions, it will not generate any error. Okay, so it will pick the value of the specified non-group field from the first row of the group. This already we have seen in the previous case. So we will see one query, select ename sum of salary, and then from employee table group by department number. See here we are displaying ename and sum of salary only. These two, that is ename is the non-grouping field and sum of salary is an aggregate function, but we are going to group by department number, but this name is not available in the select list. Even if it is not available in the select list, no, it will not generate any error. And here this ename for department number 10, the first person's name is Amir, first employee name is Amir. Same way, similar way for department number 20, the first person name is Amit. Similar way for department number 30, first person name is Anya. So there that department totally department number 10 sum of salary is displayed here, not Amir's salary. Totally the department number 10 under how many employees are there, those employees salary together it is added and displayed here. See here 10. So first person name Amir, second 10 we have Shams. Okay, then third 10 Mita. Okay, so like that 3 persons names are there in that first department number 10's first records values only is going to be displayed here in the previous output. Okay, so that means non-group expressions also we can use in the group by class. It will not generate any error. Instead it will pick up the value from the first record. Okay, it will pick up the value from the first record of the non-group field. So here ename is the non-group field, it is picking up the first record's value. Thank you. With this we will end up the today's session. You will get some assignment questions and you need to solve those questions by seeing this video. Thank you once again.